Hello everyone, and welcome to game number 2 between Foggy and Sonik. We see Foggy spawning as the red Night Elf player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have the yellow Night Elf. Night Elf versus Night Elf once more in game number 2 of the series. Game 1 taking place and happening much faster than I would have thought. A big early mistake leading to the death of an Ancient of War and the inability to train additional units. Really well scuttling the chances of one of the players in this matchup. If you guys haven't seen game number 1 yet, I don't want to spoil it for you as we now move on into game number 2. Game number 2 already getting underway. Altar of Elders are down. Ancients of War are positioned in a way just outside of these goblin merchant shops. We'll see how this continues to work out for both of these players, as Foggy will be able to train up an archer, launch an arrow. Same thing for Sonik. Both of them are, I believe, a bit far enough away to where it is very difficult to try and pull aggro onto those units that easily. By the time you get a wisp over there and try and aggro over the units, the wisp may actually die due to the forest troll berserkers, or maybe even the attack of an ogre magi. Wisp now on the way out, coming out from Foggy. We'll see where he's going to be traveling to next. It looks like it will be a demon hunter up against a demon hunter once more, as things are underway, and it looks like Foggy is starting to set up that front wall. Same thing for Sonik. Wisp going to be coming around that corner here. Demon Hunter will be popping out. Archer is already ready to go. Going to eat this tree and then make his way over to this Ogre Magi creep camp. Same thing down across over here. Triple Wisp being brought over. Meanwhile, only double Wisp coming in from Foggy. We'll see if it is going to be enough. That is a lot of Ogres trying to take down this Ancient of War, as the Demon Hunter now going to be getting into position. Alright, Ogre Magi has taken the majority or the brunt of that damage already, as he is now moving on to the additional Ogre Warriors. Demon Hunter does pick up a Scroll of the Beast that may be sold. Meanwhile, somehow Sonik is a little bit behind there. No, already had finished off one Ogre Warrior, now finishing off that Ogre Magi, as the damage is starting to rack up just a little bit. Only 2 Wisp now, as it looks as though that Ancient of War is just going to absorb a bit more damage. Level 2 coming in on the Demon Hunter, as Sonik does luck out picking up a Potion of Invulnerability compared to Foggy's Scroll of the Beast. Scroll of the Beast quickly sold for, I believe, about 200 gold right there. Picking up also a Tome of Agility and making his way out. Potion of Invulnerability will most likely be held onto, as we're now going into a bit of an engagement here. Mana burn straight up against each other right there. 1v1, pretty much exactly what you would expect right now, as the Demon Hunters are going to mana burn each other once more. Both sides just exchanging blows, as archers are now coming out from Sonik, and with that additional archer, the pushback is going to be stronger, as the Demon Hunter now does need to retreat. Alright, there's another mana burn right there. Both sides trying to stay even on mana burns, but it looks as though the Circuit of Nobility and one more mana burn there, they are pretty much even on mana now, as Foggy does get an extra archer on his side as well. Alright, we are most likely taking the tier 2 on both sides. There's the Tree of Ages and Tree of Ages down here. We should be looking at perhaps a Naga Sea Witch being trained up once more, as that is a very high pressure tactic hero, as we now see Sonik pushing back with superior archer numbers again. Those archers getting in some more damage once more, but you have to be very careful. Whoever is engaging first may end up taking more damage again, as we now see 4 versus 3, but the evasion is starting to add up just a bit. If the Demon Hunter can get in some blows, now trying to back off there. There's a mana burn, nicely done, as we now see 4 on 4 again. 5 on 4 coming here in just a moment. Wow, why did I jump to there? As the Demon Hunter now trying to chase back once more. Demon Hunter does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, so he could try and engage here in just a moment. Now trying to back away. Down to 27. Boots of Speed. Potion of Invulnerability. There it goes. Scroll of Town Portal used. Not quite sure who came out ahead there, as the Demon Hunter... No, he has to be extremely careful. Alright, Demon Hunter here could end up falling. Will be forced to back off here. No Staff of Preservation or anything else. Scroll of Town Portal for a Potion of Invulnerability usage. as we are now looking at a Moonwell being built in the very, very forward position, and also an Ancient of Wonders being built across here as well. The Demon Hunter running all the way back home. It does make sense. He wants to use the Moonwells that are further back at home and use this front Moonwell during an upcoming engagement. Back across here, you can see Dust of Appearance. Demon Hunter does have the Naga Sea Witch already. Foggy, perhaps timing, knowing that his opponent was in a little bit more of a defensive spot, had to walk all the way back, knew that he could push, and now is using the hero advantage on his opponent. You can take a look at this Ancient of War taking a lot of damage right now, and this is not a good spot to be in. Naga Sea Witch has plenty of mana, as we are going to be engaging back and forth. We are trying to get improved bows, but that is not going to be happening anytime soon. Do these archers have the improved? 500 versus 500 right now. I think it's 500 versus 700 eventually, as both sides are still engaging. All right, this Ancient of War about halfway done with those arrows, as the archers are launching back and forth. Whoever gets the range first, and Foggy does have the range now, he is going to be in a better spot. If those archers try to move back, they are still going to be in range for a little while longer. Demon Hunter now pulling back here. You still see the engagement. Ancient of War does have the improved bows once again, but this is still a superior number and positioning for Foggy right now, as those archers are now being pulled back once more. Archers do significantly reduce damage here to normal armor. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter now trying to rush on in. Are we going to get another mana burn? No, we are not, as both sides are still fighting, getting into position again. Demon Hunter going after the Archer. Archer trying to run back away. Mana burn there, as the Archers do a beautiful body block there to prevent that Demon Hunter from getting his man. All right, Demon Hunter now trying to run back the other way. Is it going to be able to win out here? New Naga Sea Witch has been brought over, as the Archers are just lobbing arrows every which way. Archers should be able to finish off one, if not two, of those units, and it looks as though the Archers are going to perhaps get taken down. One more lob would do it. No, it does not get a full lob there. Naga Sea Witch now looking to back off. Demon Hunter now coming back in from the north, trying to put in a little bit of pressure. And are we going to perhaps see the Naga Sea Witch with cold arrows go down on this Naga Sea Witch here? Archer now trying to get into position, does get a good body block there, as the Naga Sea Witch, well, unable to finish off that engagement there. All right, cold arrows once again. Oh, what happened? Staff of Preservation transferred, and the Naga Sea Witch goes down at level 1. So many heroes, or that hero was lost. Demon Hunter was lost. Archers now may be in trouble. Boots of Speed, I thought would have been transferred over to that Naga Sea Witch. Instead, Naga Sea Witch Staffs of Preservation back home, and the units are going to get a bit of a reprieve, but not after, or not before Sonik takes some significant losses again. Moonwell coming back across. There's a mana burn there. Demon Hunter has a scroll of healing. Is he going to get into position right now? Archers getting in some attacks so far, as they are now looking to all just pull back once again. Staff of Preservation could, well, preserve the Demon Hunter, sending him back home once more. And the hero movement of Foggy has really been top-notch. Being able to know the timings, know when his units are going to be stronger to heal, and being able to push at the right moment there. Demon Hunter now looking to back off here. A lot of damage being absorbed by that Demon Hunter. He does have an Orb of Venom, which does give him a slight advantage overall, as the Tree of Eternity just now getting done. He needs to return back to the Ancient of Wonders. Picks up the Orb of Venom now, and will he perhaps get in a couple of, yes, damage over time strikes? There we go. There's the engagement. Dark Ranger in position. Black arrows now being used. Demon Hunter now being forced to back off here. Both sides engaging very, very heavily. Scroll of Healing was used there, as the Demon Hunter now gets to level 3. This Demon Hunter has to be extremely careful. Scroll of Town Portal could not get attacked by this Ancient of War, and Foggy now with a comfortable lead, 25 over 40 compared to 38 over 50. 12 supply difference between these two armies now, with Foggy not giving up any sign, or giving any sign of slowing down. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, 51 hit points. That is a Demon Hunter on the brink of death, but he does have a potion of healing. He perhaps could use the Circuit of Nobility as well. Use the Potion of Healing, then use the Circuit of Nobility to gain a little bit more hit points again. Also has that Scroll of Healing on him, which should be very, very helpful. Demon Hunter now heading back off to the north, if we saw any sort of damage coming in from the north there. You can see that the Demon Hunter down to 82 hit points, looking to back away. Oh, Ancient of Wonders, Potion of Healing. There you have it, Mana Burn. Ancient of Wonders now taken down. Demon Hunter trying to do a little bit of chase. Are we going to see a Mana Burn there? Yes, we do, but not much damage lost as a Dark Ranger now added for Foggy. Foggy will be able to push back the other way again with superior archer numbers. Staff of Preservation saves the Dark Ranger as now the Naga Sea Witch needs to pull away once more. Looks like a final blow will go down. Demon Hunter using the Scroll of Healing in order to survive. Does have -4 armor right now after the Fairy Fire, and the skeletal minions trying to do a little bit of extra damage, but I do not think it will be enough archers to easily handle all of these skeletal minions here as they go down. As we are now looking at the Moonwells, hide or just completely empty here. A low hit point Dark Ranger, a low hit point Demon Hunter hiding in the corner. Dark Ranger gets taken down at level 1, and I believe that is pretty much going to be all she wrote. Foggy with a Scroll of Healing on the Demon Hunter again, winning with mass archers to take game number 2 and the series here. Druids of the Talon with mastery training not going to be enough. The piercing damage just far too high, unable to reach critical mass as the Naga Sea Witch now tries to slither away back to the bottom. Anacondra will be able to live and fight another day, but how long this day or night shall last, we do not know. Demon Hunter trying to, well, just trying to hold his position here, make sure each building loss is felt and felt heavily. 29 over 20, no more units can even be trained. The Dark Ranger will be popping on out of here in just a moment. There is a good location there as that Dark Ranger takes a heavy volley of arrows. Staff or Potion of Invisibility, able to slither back into position. The Demon Hunter doesn't have anything else. Double circlets as well as we're looking at the Druids of the Talon trying to engage. Demon Hunter now back all across over here. There is that Naga Sea Witch doing some big damage once more. There goes an archer. And can the Naga Sea Witch and the Dark Ranger survive this onslaught? That is going to be the big question. Triple hero up against triple hero, but an army of archers to boot in order to give a little bit of support. Is the Naga Sea Witch going to be able to heal up? Yes, he will, or she will, at least for a little while longer. Continuing to fight. Dark Ranger taking a lot of damage. Mana Burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. Staff of Preservation. The Dark Ranger avoiding a volley of arrows, but more archers are still coming in as that damage is coming very heavily. A beautiful Staff of Preservation again, this time from the Dark Ranger of Foggy. And it is 3-on-3 with a whole bunch of archers ready to finish things off, and it looks as though this is going to be it. Dark Ranger now taken down. Foggy continuing this forward position, and there is that GG. Foggy takes out Sonik 2-0 with some very, very fast, quick play. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.